Hello everyone, welcome to Global EduTalks, your window to study abroad. I'm Jackson Subedi. Today, it's a different episode. We don't have university representatives here today. We have someone who has been working relentlessly in this industry for past plenty of years. He has experience about students from South Asia, East Asia, Africa, and all international student regions, which is popular for study abroad destinations like Australia, UK, and even Canada and the US. We will be talking about situations around the world when it comes to study abroad. We'll take students as an example from different regions and then see how we can better inform these students about study abroad so that when they are thinking about study abroad, they can make some informed decisions. So today in the show, we have Rwa Khan, who comes from a various background that he has done. He is also the CEO of INTLEDIO. He is the director of Universal College London. He is the director of Universal College London, and then he has worked with thousands and thousands of students. He lives in Australia and runs his company in the internet. He has Rwa Khan has good profile of universities under his belt. So today we'll look at the situation. We'll look at different opportunities that students will have when they're watching us wherever they are through this show. Welcome to Global EduTalks, Rwa Khan.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jackson, and it's a pleasure to be here.
I was personally very impressed when I looked at your profile, right? This show is actually for university representatives, but I thought I have to get you in this show because we have to inform students. We have to get things going. We have to clarify if there's any questions. We have received plenty of questions from where we are picking up 3 questions for this show, right? We'll look at lots of things from a lot of angles, and our only approach is to help students with study abroad queries. Okay, so let's go, and then let me put up a question for you here. Which countries are currently the most attractive destination for students? When I say students, not just students with very good academic backgrounds, but generally when students are thinking about study abroad, which are the countries that is let's say helping out students not just in academic performance but also based upon their careers in the future.
All right, thank you for inviting me, and as the way you introduced me, education has been a passion for me, and that's why I've been traveling around the world meeting the student. I have met over 60 nationalities student and have spoken to them, understood about them, that what they are looking, what kind of career they are looking, and then I have frequently traveled to the destination, the source from source to the destination as well, be it Australia, New Zealand, UK, US, and then whole Europe, Middle East. There are a few options. Then in Southeast Asia there are options. If we talk about historically, there were 4 big players, which we used to call them Big 4, which we know UK, US, Australia, Canada, and majority of the students historically have been going to those countries for their higher studies. And obviously with that, actually there were more opportunities for their careers, practical experience, growth, and many of them would have got the PR, permanent residence in those countries, and would have served those communities in a better way. But recently we have seen the trends are changing, and we saw that Asia is also an emerging market where the QS ranking of majority of the university is going in high, and that's why everybody is thinking to see for alternate options. Beside that, what we have seen in that case is, let's say we talk about Dubai, Malaysia, they are also giving you a route to move toward, let's say you have your 2 years of studies in Dubai, and then you can complete your degree, be it from Australia, UK, US, and Canada, kind of transfer program they are offering.
Okay, looking at the traditional destinations like UK, US, Canada, Australia, are we seeing a shift of destination preference from the students? Can we take any other countries as a preferred destination for international students from, let's say, South Asia, East Asia, or even African regions?
Yeah, thank you for that. That's very interesting question, and that is actually the discussion now, that with the amount the international students are investing, are they getting the return on that investment or not? And that's why the students are looking for alternate opportunities too and options too. And that's where we saw that many countries in Southeast Asian markets, especially Malaysia, has been leading that cohort with the international student. In Middle East, it has been Dubai. Recently, I saw the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia launching a number of scholarships to attract international students.
I'm sure there are students who would want to go and get good quality education, right? But do you think visa policies of different countries, as you said, geopolitical factors, and there might be plenty other factors that influence the decision of the students, right? They may not choose the country where they want to go because of these many factors. So what do you think? How can we look at this situation because visa is not in anyone's control, right? But there is a country which is changing everything at the moment while we speak. It's May 2026 as we are recording this episode, and then until now, one of the countries is not showing any sign of improvement.
That's true, but there are many external factors as well, and so I would be going through that one. As you mentioned, geopolitical is one. But if we talk about, let's say, that why those those countries want to have international students, so we need to understand that why they want to have those one. So it's not about that they want to have any money coming through those international education, because if we talk about UK, all except 3 universities in the UK, all the universities are charities. So that means that revenue, or that is not the only source. Yes, obviously there are thousands of the people working in every university, and they need more students for that too. But there are factors like, if we talk about the contribution that they make, how they can support their economies, and then one key reason nobody talks about is fertility rate. If we talk about the Western countries, the fertility rate is around 1.5%, and to keep it, standard at the population, at the standard growth or the existing growth, minimum 2.1 is required. So that 0.60 is the shortage around the world in the Western countries, and that's where they want to have more people, be it in their working class, be it in education, and even if they are in education, they should come and contribute.
Mr. Khan, tell me, if the student or a worried parent, wherever they are watching this show today, tell them how they can find those kind of information about, let's say, if there's a university that they want to research about. How can they go and research about the university to get the right kind of data which can help them make a decision for which university, which country, or where they want to go for their studies and for their career?
Okay, well, there are multiple sources from where they can get the information. One good thing is that what I have seen recently, the universities have started visiting those countries by themselves. So the best place is to go and meet those university reps directly, and that's what you are doing very great, and that's what is very much helping. Similarly, there are different bodies, like if we talk about British Council for the UK students, if they want to study, they would be organizing the sessions regularly. UKVI is providing the information, what kind of visa documents they are looking into that one. So these are the official sources. Similarly, DIBP or DHA in Australia, similarly, if we talk about them, they also organize those events. With Austrade in different countries, they would be doing those ones. There are special events which I have come across. These are like study in Western Australia, which are being supported by the local government, study in Adelaide, which is sponsored by that local government, and similarly study in NSW. So these are the bodies which are helping students to make the right decision. Beside that, there are some good consultants as well, and to find those, you can go on the university website and see that who is the authorized consultant, and you can communicate with them. All the information you should cross cross-check those information, because we know that there is some kind of those revenue is involved in this stream, so the information might not be right. So it's important. And with Gen Z and these generation coming using social media a lot, I've seen there are a number of groups on Facebook, Instagram, and those other streams where you can speak to the existing student as well, to take their experience, that how they are feeling to be at, let's say, a university ABC, and how the life actually is there. Because what you expect here, the life is completely different to when you would be traveling to that country. It's not the way we see the reels and it look like. The real life would be very different to what you would be there. So it's important that you should connect with those student ambassador or people in international office who are also the student representative, student union, and there are different kind of communities within the university. Like if you want to apply any university, you would search, let's say, ABC University group on social media, you will find that one. And then with the Google and all those search engines that we have, we can compare, we can go through those reviews. And one good thing about the Western countries, these reviews are usually not botted or not the one that we expect. These are the genuine reviews of those students.
Now what we'll do is we'll move on to a segment, because even though we don't have university representative today in our show, we have to follow the rule of the show. Now we're moving on to a rapid fire segment, so we'll not give you as much time as you want. You have to be very quick. Few words, you have to describe your answer within just few words, and we'll try to get all 10 questions within a split minute. Okay?
Sure.
One word to describe international students globally.
Resilient.
One word to describe South Asian students or East Asian students.
East Asian, very well disciplined. I haven't seen such disciplined students around the world. East Asian students are very disciplined. South Asian, very hardworking.
Most overrated study destination today?
Well, I would just skip that one because I work with the global community, so I don't want to say that one.
Okay, no worries. So that means we'll not speak about underrated or overrated. One skill students ignore, but they should.
But I would like to answer for underrated one.
Okay.
That's very important because I saw Ireland full of opportunities. So Ireland is an underrated opportunity. Those students who are looking for an English-speaking destination in Europe, they should explore Ireland because Ireland has a lot of industries. All the European hub, be it Google, Meta, all those companies are actually in Ireland. So the opportunities are so much there, and the competition is very less. The number of the students are not that high, international students. And again, as we mentioned, talk about those shortage of the skills is there, and all the IT hubs are there. There are a lot of medical, and those all companies are actually operating from Ireland.
What I'll do, Khan, is Ireland will be my next, maybe in few episodes that's coming.
Sure.
I'll bring someone from Ireland who represents Ireland into my show, and then we'll discuss more about Ireland. Thank you very much for that suggestion. One skill students ignore, but they shouldn't.
Communication. Communication is the key, whatever part of your world you are going, and communicating in their language. Accent doesn't matter. Okay. Language matters a lot, and the right communication with the right ethics is very, very important for international students.
Okay, GPA or skills, what matter most?
GPA in your home country and skills in your destination country.
That's a well answered rapid fire question. Study abroad at 18 or after work experience?
With affordability at 18 if you can afford, or at 18, and if you have to work part-time, then after experience.
Beautiful. One mistake students repeat every year or every now and then?
A kind of herd mentality. Like they see everybody's applying to Canada, let's apply to Canada. Or the visa ratio for Australia is easy, let's apply. They don't look where their opportunities lie. And that's where we need to, because these communities are quite small. They don't have like population in billions or multi-millions actually. So the skills are limited to those ones. So do not follow the herd mentality, and always do your research.
And also, do you think like if one country is good for one student, will it be good for all students?
No, it depends that what in the demand that country has. Like let's say, as I mentioned you, there would be health courses are in demand in Canada. That might not be in the UK because they have already taken a lot of health workers over the last 3-4 years, and now they want to get rid of those. So because they don't have those opportunities for them. So you need to explore what are the opportunities, not right now, but in next 5 years, in next 3 years, in next 10 years, I would be standing here. So all the students are different.
Okay, so best country right now for return on investment.
Well, I won't be giving it in one word because it's quite complex. The situation is not like I can say, oh, this country is very good if you invest, because if you go to expensive universities, they're not expensive just for the sake of the revenue they want to generate, but they add the value that you will be having. Like if you go in a group of 8 university versus if you are going to any other tier university, if you're going to Ivy League in the US, or you're going to Russell Group University in the UK, the exposure, the academics, the connections that you will have completely different to what you can go to tier 3 or tier 4 universities in any part of the world.
Okay, last question for this segment. If you have to name one country that will, for international students, that will do good in the year 2026, let's say until the end of 2026?
I would go with Southeast Asian, Australia, because they have allocated extra quota for them, and for UK, again, would come back to South Asia because they don't have more options. The students don't apply from those countries. US, we don't see that much, unfortunately, and so is Canada. So it would be UK for some region and Australia for some region.
Okay, and I think most of the countries, they have levels, right? Level 1, 2, 3, going up and down. So why is it like they change their levels when it comes to
that's very interesting question, and people don't understand that why this assessment level is there. This assessment level is not only for the countries. In Australia specifically, if we talk about, this is also for their universities and their institutions as well. So these levels are actually made based upon the data they get. Okay, we got, let's say, 1,000 students from a country A. How many of them have studied actually? How many didn't switch their institute? How many of them have switched their courses, changed their courses, not going to school, not contributing their society? So based upon those, they keep on making those data-driven decision actually make this assessment level 1, 2, 3. That's why I say that let's say if you're going from Nepal and you are contributing, doesn't matter what course you are going, be it cookery or be it health or be it science, technology, STEM, any course, whatever course you are going, if you're going to study there, complete your course, you're not helping yourself, but you are also helping Nepal as a country, that it will maintain, it will come to assessment level 2, and then that will improve to assessment level 1. So is the case with the institution. When they hire such student, when they recruit such student who do not study and who switch their institution, their ranking goes from, or their assessment level goes from assessment level 1 to 2 to 3. And in the UK case, we have a new system which is called RAG, in which they would be rating it as red, amber and green, and those who would be red, after warning, their license can also be terminated. So it's very, very important that being an international student.
And also, do you think that these systems that they're putting in place is in favor of the students? So that it comes, if students are aware about it, then it will help them out.
If we talk about the genuine student, then yes, because that's where the institution can rate themselves that we are focusing on genuine student. Otherwise, if they go for the volume, if the institution look for the revenue only, then that's a challenge for that country. We saw the universities recruiting thousands of the students from a country which was high risk. When they went there, they started claiming asylum. So they become a burden on the social or those taxpayer money. So that's what the Western countries they can't afford this one. That's why it is the responsibility of the institution as well, that they should be doing proper vetting prior to recruiting any student, and those all compliance checks should be there.
So let's go and check the segment Mythbusters. There comes the first myth on the screen. Studying abroad automatically guarantees a successful career.
No. Hard work, persistence, skills, these three are the major thing that would be helping you to succeed, doesn't matter in your home country or abroad.
Exactly. So it's a myth. Let's go to a second one. Only Western countries offer quality education.
That's again a myth, because not only Western countries, the way I explained you, the Asian universities are now being ranked very, very high. That means the opportunities lie in Asian countries too. So I've seen many universities from Southeast Asia and QS top 100. That means that we have the best education in these countries too. So you should explore all the options that what you are looking into that one.
So let's see the third myth, and then we'll try to see whether it's a fact or a myth. Students must follow popular destinations to succeed.
That's what I already explained, the herd mentality. So no point of going where your friend has gone. You should explore, you should research about your own career, about your own course, about your own preference, and then make a decision.
So let's say international collaboration in education is limited.
As you mentioned, TNE is one of the models. There are a lot of models the universities can work in those countries, be it through articulation, mapping, progression, summer schools, English program or language program. Similarly, the study, what we can say, taught program in the home countries to partnership with the universities, or the 2+2 degrees, those kind of degree transfer programs. Plus they can do different kind of partnerships locally, not only associated with the universities but also the bodies. Like, let's say if any country there is an higher education commission, they can have a partnership with that higher education commission, where the local higher education commission can sponsor those students to study in their destination. They can do the joint research project. That is what most of the European universities are already doing.
Okay, let's quickly take a few questions that we have from the audience so that we can clarify a few of the questions real quick. So Q&A section coming up here, and then the questions that's on the screen. Let's see what we have here. We will take just 4 questions. So in the student Q&A section, the first question will be, I feel overwhelmed by too many options, countries, universities, courses. There are lots of them, right, which is being offered. How should I make the right decision?
That's very, very easy. You need to listen yourself. What I'm good at. Okay, what are the opportunities related to this, the course or the university I am choosing in the future? If I want to study and stay there, what are the opportunities there? If I come back, how can I contribute to my community? Where would I stand in next 5 to 10 years? So whatever feels good and whatever is more logical, because with the tech and AI things in the picture now, the things can change very, very quickly. So you need to be very smart in making those assessments, and do not just think in your mind. Discuss it with your friends, with the expert, with the counselors, and with the shows that we are having here. You can ask questions here. Look, I want to study this program. What is the future of, let's say, pharmaceutical sciences in next 5 years in this country? So that might not be a need in the cases the way we are having now.
Third question for this episode will be, regarding the academic background, right? Or let's say investments, family. My family is investing a lot in my education. How can I ensure I get a good return on this investment?
Again, it is very important, because every family, especially if we talk about Southeast Asian, the families, they invest. If we talk about Middle East, the governments, they do invest a lot in their students. So what they need to see is that where this course or where this university, where this opportunity will land me in next 5 to 10 years. So that would again help them to make the right decision, that if you don't succeed in that one, that would not only be the loss in terms of the financial, but in terms of expectations too. And for your family, that is very, very important. The kind of family systems we expect a lot from our kids. Joint family system, or our parents, they would always rely on their kids. So it's very important that you bring the return on that investment by choosing the right course, right university, right module, by keeping the right community, by learning the right skills, and by taking yourself to the right destination.
We received a question that I don't come from a top academic background, but I want a global career. What should I focus on?
The beauty of the Western countries, or the countries who take international students, they do not assess you on the base of your academic only. There are always programs like Pathways program, Foundation Year, International Year 1, Gap Year. Those kind of specially designed programs are there to help you. The only thing you need to focus now is on your academics. That you already didn't perform well, now you need to understand that it is very important for my career, that how academically I can boost myself to learn and to earn the degree that I'm actually going for.
So we have another question here that comes from a very worried student, I guess. It says, with changing visa rules and job markets, is studying abroad still worth it in 2026 and beyond?
Yes, study abroad is not about the academics only. It's the experience once in your lifetime. So I always say, yes, just go and enjoy this experience. Opportunities are unlimited. These are not confined by the time that we are in. They would keep on coming. The only thing is persistence. Whatever opportunity you got, the key is to keep yourself focused, keep on chasing that one, keep on exploring about that one, keep on doing your research, and keep on meeting the mentors, the best people in that field, what they have done to become successful in that stream. And always I say, just go abroad. Doesn't matter whatever the opportunities are, any part of the world, not limited to the Western countries. You would learn something from that community, and that would help you in your life actually.
I can really feel, Mr. Khan, that you can be a good mentor to the students who are feeling confused when it comes to study abroad. If they have any question, then obviously I'll send it over to you to answer them. Now, to close this episode as a whole, I want you to give some piece of motivation to our students.
It's very important when you are planning to study abroad, you make the right choices, you make the right decisions. So don't be confused. Research about everything, learn about everything, and then make one decision. Whatever the decision is, be persistent to that one, and then you would be able to succeed. And if we talk about not only about the students, if I talk about the international education as an industry, and to all the educational consultant, counselor, agents around the world, to them as well, if you get a student, it's very, very important that you should be helping him in very right way. There is no point of misguiding them. If you tell any information which is not true, the student will come to know by a day, and he will never respect you.
Thank you very much for taking our time to coming to our show and then making this episode a wonderful episode for all the students who are watching us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jackson. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. That was end of the episode here. I would like to tell you, as I said, any questions, help@globaledutalk.com. We'll give you answers. You can send us any queries that you have. And also, we will be sending you free resources in your inbox when you register in the QR code that you can see on the screen. Just register there, and then we'll make sure that we'll provide you with free resources in your inbox that you can download and go through it. Lots of helpful resources will be there. Saying that, this is Global EduTalk, your window to study abroad. I'm Jackson Subedi, your host of the show. I will see you in our next episode with some other personality here who will be representing their universities, and then we might get educational leader like Mr. Khan today to come up to our show and encourage you and motivate you about study abroad. So this show is entirely about study abroad. We are trying to help you out with study abroad queries. We want to get you connected with the university recruiters from different universities, and also educational leaders like Mr. Khan today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again in our next episode. Thank you.